further than ever. Discover at Miles Card automatically match the miles you earn. At the end of the first year, 35,000 could be 70,000 miles. Discover.com/travel. Learn more. Boy, De'Aaron Fox got a future. That kid's got a future. I mean, honestly, he sounds like a 10-year veteran. That's like he sounds like Ray Allen.
Right, he sounds like a coach. He can clearly see the game.
He really. So yesterday, Baker Mayfield talked about me yesterday, and I've been reluctant to get into this because, first of all, this is great for me. I had a league personnel person 2 days ago. God text me. He's like, God, you've got to be loving this. The kid talks about you nonstop on social media. His last 5 tweets are all me. I didn't even respond yesterday to one of them or 2 of them. So here's the one yesterday. He goes, I've never been worried about you. You're laughable. I've always done it differently. I won't change for anybody, and I sure won't change for a big, tough guy behind a mic. You really are in your feelings. It is hilarious. Thanks for the idea for the T-shirts. You wear a small. Man, you got me.
Aren't you bigger than Baker?
He says, by the way, this quote isn't new. He's talking about some quote. I'm happy I give you a new storyline. Also, do you accept checks for the rent I have in your head, or is it still free? By the way, you've responded. Your last 5 tweets are about me. My last 5 are not about you. So I'm not sure who's in whose head. But I will say this. This is so predictably Cleveland. They've always been the loser brother in the family that finally gets a decent job and now brags how great his job is. It's like you've been a loser forever. You were 7-8-1, and you can't stop chatting. Pittsburgh's got Super Bowl trophies and rings and titles and legends. You're the loser brother in a family, not Baker, but the Browns, who finally, after all these years of embarrassment and disappointment and dysfunctional, you get a pretty good job and you go out and party all night and want to tell everybody how great you are. It's like, how about you just work in the offseason and not worry about Instagram? By the way, this is why Vegas has them at 9 on the over-under, which is an incredibly low number. With all their talent, Cleveland should be a 10.5 to an 11 over and under team. Think about this. Cleveland won 7 games last year. Their coach got fired. Their offensive coordinator got fired. Baker Mayfield was a rookie, and they were still rebuilding their wide receiving core, their defensive line, and their secondary. And they won 7 games in a division where Baltimore shocked the world and played really good. Now, if you look at Cleveland, through their additions in the draft, they've upgraded their defensive line, which was already good. Now it's spectacular. Their offensive line at the end of last year was top 3 in the league, according to Pro Football Focus. With the addition of OBJ, I don't even think you can argue it. It's the most explosive wide receiver core in the NFL. I don't even think you can argue it. It's the best wide receiving core. Now, will it be the best? But it's the most explosive. It's the deepest running back group in the league when Kareem Hunt gets back at Thanksgiving, and Baker's in his 2nd year. How are they a 9-win team? How is Vegas having 9 wins? Why? This. OBJ, Baker, building brands. This talent, you put this talent in Philadelphia, their over and under is 10.5, 11. Cleveland's got all sorts of talent. Now, you know, that doesn't mean everything, but in terms of it, most teams with this much talent have a higher over-under win than 9. I mean, you look at San Francisco doesn't have close to this talent in terms of O-line, D-line, running back, wide receiver. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo didn't even play last year, most of it. So Garoppolo's coming back. Baker, you know, big games, big moments, played the last 3 months of the year, nice offseason. So if you want to know, everybody's got the Browns at 9 wins over under, which is where I have them. It's because some people, it's harder to handle success than failure. Failure's easy to handle. You know why? Because everybody fails, so you're not the only one. And when you fail, you're like, oh, that stunk. I'm going to work really hard and try not to. But success is hard. Like when you're successful, you start getting gassed up, believing in yourself. And when you've been unsuccessful forever, and then you get a little taste of success, and for Cleveland, that's 7-8-1, what you get worried about is this nonsense. So you can tweet me, Baker, all day long. I don't care. It doesn't, believe me, our ratings in May were up 32%. You're probably helping that. I don't care. But this is why everybody with Cleveland is, I mean, if a second-year quarterback under Belichick was in Instagram fights, what do you think Bill would do? He'd be like, shut that down. What do you think? You know, what do you think Sean McVay would do? Sean Payton would do? What do you think? So it's not about some battle between Baker and I. I don't care. I don't respond to all his tweets. I'm not into this Twitter stuff. I'm really not. I'm not good at Twitter. I'm not good at Instagram. I'm not good at all this stuff. It's generationally, it's not my thing. I like doing radio. I like doing TV. I'll do a podcast, but I'm not a Twitter guy. But this is why this team with all this talent, Vegas has them over under at 9. They got way too much. They should be at 10.5. And it's actually one of the best values if you're a bettor on over-unders, Cleveland. This talent is 10, 11, 12 win. Vegas has them at 9 because of this nonsense. Hour 2 next.